Welcome everybody. This meeting concerning the Helpdesk application and especially the after-sale process. Before moving on, I already advise you to scan the little QR code on the slide to ask your question, your pending question, or the question you may have during the demonstration. So what will be the agenda of today's meeting? First, we're gonna speak about the introduction, a global context introduction about the Helpdesk application. Then we're gonna jump into the demonstration, and we will end up by making a Q&A together. I'm gonna ask you a question first. Do you think an after-sales experience will revolutionize a company? Well, I think it does. My name is Arnaud. I work as a business advisor at Odoo, and I'm gonna explain two things today. What will be the beneficial aspect for your company to run an help desk and an after-sale process, and how Odoo will assist you doing that? I mean, what kind of solution Odoo can provide concerning that aspect. On the first point, what are the different gains to have a proper after-sale service? Of course, the first one will be the creation, actually the treatment of complaints and questions will be even more efficient. Why? Because we have directly a solution to answer, to tackle the decision, to tackle the complaints, to tackle the question directly when they occur, coming from the customer. Then we will improve, of course, the real-time communication between internal and external parties. And you can, of course, organize resources around the different tickets, around the different complaints. You're going to make your company even more trusted. You're going to increase your customer satisfaction. Why? Because, of course, the customer will see that directly you tackle their problems, and you can find a solution straight away. And finally, last but not least, it's a massive game changer. Why? Because if you consider that aspect earlier than your competitors, of course, you will keep your customer longer term, and so those customers won't go with another competitors. And the second aspect is, of course, how Odoo will assist you. I mean, what kind of solution Odoo will provide concerning that. As you already know, Odoo is integrated software based on application. Today we're going to speak about mainly the Helpdesk application. So of course we're going to create tickets. Starting from those tickets, we're going to have links. We're going to have integration with multiple applications. We're going to have a link with the repair application, the sales, the inventory, the field service, and invoicing application. All those applications are communicating between themselves, so directly, straight away, they are exchanging information, and you're going to be even more efficient in running your different tickets. Just to show you a little example before going on the demonstration, this will be the aspect coming from the ticket itself. So we're going to create a ticket as soon as a remark, as soon as an incident, as soon as a question is coming from a customer. And from that ticket, you're going to have multiple smart buttons on top left screen, which is going to show you what are the different links that we can make. Okay, we're going to have all those links explained later on the demonstration, and on that aspect, of course, I don't want to give you any more explanation. I just want to show you something now, and we can jump into the demonstration. So, before going on the demonstration, I'm going to give you just a context. Imagine a company called My Belgium Company. This company is selling and installing computers and video games to B2C customers. We have, because I work for this company, we have a team dedicated to the help desk. We have a team dedicated especially for the after-sales process, and I work for this team. So as I'm working for this team, I receive a lot of tickets every day concerning multiple aspects. And all those tickets are triggered or are actually stored in the Helpdesk application. That Helpdesk application shows you how, or actually what are the pipeline of the tickets opened, and on which stage are we at right now at the moment. So we have different tickets, and if, for example, if I'm taking a ticket like this concerning the customer B2C, We have some smart button, like I mentioned before. Okay, so all those smart buttons are showing the integration with the other apps. So we have first the refund. Refund is when, for example, an invoice has been already posted for a customer, a payment has been registered already, and we want just to make the reverse operation of it from a financial perspective. Then we'll have the return. The return is making the reverse operation from an inventory perspective in that aspect. So, for example, when a product needs to get back to stock for further operation. Then we'll have repair application. Actually, we have an Odoo directly suggests a link to the repair application. And the repair application is when we want or we need to make a repair out of the product or in the product we receive in stock for send it back to the customer afterwards. Then we'll have a coupon. A coupon is, for example, when you want to create a discount or when you want to, commercially speaking, answer the complaints of your customer by giving a discount, extra discount, for instance. And that last but not least, we are going to create some task. The task will occur when you need to send someone from the installation team. Like I mentioned before, my company is installing computer as well. So it's sending someone from my installation team to run an on-site operation. Like for example, my customer has bought 2 computers and we need to set them up directly at customer location. Just so today I'm gonna take 3 examples, 3 use cases. The first use case will be, like I mentioned before, about the B2C customer company, as a company located in France. And the first example is customer says that the computer is not working correctly, so we need to return and replace by another one. Okay, so we have 2 aspects in that first use case. First, of course, before making any kind of return, we need to maybe refund directly the customer. Odoo is smart enough to already provide you the sales order and the invoice that has been already computed, that has been already posted for that customer. And then we need, all these suggest, based on the customer, Odoo suggests directly the sales order and the invoice that need to be refunded. And that directly links you to the reverse operation. And then I just need to validate that option. Odoo will directly create a credit note for the reverse operation from a financial perspective, like I mentioned. And you just need to confirm it to make a link with the inventory and make the link with the payment as well, because reimburse the invoice is one thing, but the payment is following the invoice. Then, of course, we started with the financial perspective. Then we will move to the inventory perspective. I mean, we refund the customer, but we need to take back the product in stock. And for that aspect, once again, it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to use. Directly, Odoo suggests you the sales order and the delivery that has been done already linked to the sales order. So in that aspect, once again, the previous sales order was about 3 computers that has been bought. In that case, I will make the return for the 3 ones. And directly, Odoo suggests you an actually receipt order based on the 3 computers that needs to get back to my stock. And you have directly the link of the source document. I mean, you have a link between the initial document and the reverse operation. Once again, this is ready status. So I just need to validate the operation. And from an inventory perspective, once again, I validate that we received those 3 computers. I'm saying on the same example, but for my next example now, imagine that the same customer does want to just make a return of the computers, but they want us to make a repair in the product and to send back the computer to the customer. Like I mentioned, before, we have a link that is quite interesting as well. That is the repair. So once again, I'm going to directly create the repair order. So the repair order will be the document on which I can assign someone from my repair team, for example, to work on a computer and to actually trace all the operation, but all the parts, the spare part that, for example, has been added or removed on the computer itself to make the repair. Okay. So I'm gonna directly add a spare part. So here you have the possibility either to add something, to remove something, or to recycle something. I'm gonna add what we call the computer spare part. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Behind that, we have, of course, a product form when we have a sales price, a cost price, all those kind of general information that directly will be added in the list directly in front of you. So I estimate that we need just to add a spare part, only one unit, okay, and I can directly save it. So either this repair is under warranty or not. It means that we can or not create a quotation for the extra operation and the extra product that we take from the stock. Or if it's under warranty, actually this service is free. In that case, we do not need to maybe make another invoice or another sales quotation for that aspect. I will take an example of a quotation. So I'm going to create directly. So from the repair order, I can directly create the quotation, okay, for the spare part. So Odoo directly suggests the product that has been taken in the repair order with directly all the information, and you only need to confirm that that quotation. Imagine that we receive the confirmation coming from the customer, and I can confirm directly the sales order. Okay. Once the sales order is confirmed, I can go back to my repair order. So, like I mentioned before, all those links are quite interesting, and I can just confirm the repair, start the repair, send quantities, start the repair, and end the repair. I mean, here we just need to, make a follow-up on the repair itself. I mean, on the repair, on the operation, and on the product that we have taken. I'm going to end the repair, so I close the repair itself. You can see that now the status is repair. You have directly the traceability about the sales order that has been issued due to this repair, and I can go back to my ticket. A thing that I didn't mention before is the fact that you can track all the operation you issue from the ticket directly on the chatter. On the right side of the screen, it is what we call the chatter. In the chatter, we can see that we have done a repair, we have done a return, we have done a refund, and so on and so on. So you have multiple kind of traceability information that you can have on the chatter. Then I will switch to my second use case. The second use case is about what I call the French customer company. And actually, here, this is a bigger issue. My customer is angry. Why? Because the delivery that we have made was not on time. So I need to, commercially speaking, give them a discount for the next purchase they're going to make. How to cover that in Odoo? Pretty simple. Once again, we have what we call the coupon. The coupon is a program that we can, of course, configure to the software that allows you to give discount. In that kind of discount, it will be a code based on numbers. And this code is directly generated by Odoo and can be sent directly by Odoo to the customer as well. So I can directly generate. I will copy the code, but I can directly send the code as well to the customer. Once again, you can see pretty much what will be the template of the email that will be sent to the customer. Of course, that template can be changed. You can write anything you want inside there. Okay. The coupon will be tracked once again through a small button, so you will see directly the coupon has been generated and it has been sent to the customer. And like I mentioned before, this is a discount, an additional discount the customer can use to make, for example, an e-commerce purchase or a regular purchase. For the e-commerce purchase, they can go on the website and make an e-commerce purchase directly. And I'm going to take an example if someone needs to, or if I need to make a regular sales for that person directly. Imagine that we need and they need to purchase once again the computer. This is the French company. I'm gonna add the computer. That time will be 2 units. And here directly you have the coupon code that will apply. And directly Odoo will decrease the price, the initial price of that product by the amount, of course, of the discount that we have been generated. Okay. So this is the example of a regular sales. This is totally the same situation if someone needs to buy something from the e-commerce. And I can directly confirm, make it a sales order and whatever. Okay, I go back to my Helpdesk ticket, and I will go through the last use case, the last example. Once again, this is the same company, French company. Like I mentioned before, we are selling computers, but we are installing computers as well. And in that case, that French company has bought 2 computers, but needs to, I need to set them up directly at customer place, like I mentioned. So French customer is waiting for an installer to set up those 2 computers. In that case, Odoo directly suggests a link with the field service application that has been detailed, presented this morning. So from the Helpdesk ticket, I'm now able to directly create a task in the field service application by only giving and confirming the creation task. And I'm jumping directly on the field service application. So the move is quite smooth. In that example, my colleague Guillaume is responsible for installing the computer. So I will assign him the task. And on the task itself, like it was displaying this morning, we can track multiple things. Okay, so Guillaume is going to work on it, and he's going to work today during the afternoon. Okay, here we go. But furthermore, actually, this task is only useful and is useful as well for tracking what has been done during the operation. So it means that Guillaume will encode the timesheet, or I will do as well, like I did, yeah. And Guillaume will add the product, so we can make a link with the inventory, like it was shown this morning as well. So computer spare part in that case. So I need 2 units of that product. And here we go. I can once again make a new quotation if needed, like it was the case for the repair order. So I can make a new quotation based on the information coming from the task, and I can directly invoice the customer, make it sign the report, and so on and so on. So here we go. On the chatter, once again, you can track the information about the ticket that has been, the task that has been created. Imagine that now we are arriving at the end of the different flows presented. So it was a refund, repair, coupon, repair, and creation of task. Now I'm gonna, as a member of the Helpdesk team, I will, of course, end by doing my proper job on the Helpdesk ticket itself. So I'm gonna first add my hours. So, for example, I work 2 hours on the ticket itself. I'm gonna send an email for asking a rating. So I just want to be sure that my customer is happy enough. So I'm gonna just, before closing the ticket internally, I'm gonna send a rating request email template directly. And finally, imagine that all operation has been done directly. We can mark the ticket as done and switch to the other one and make exactly the same work on the other's ticket. So that's pretty much it for my presentation. As a conclusion, I'm going to leave this place happy if you can keep 3 points in mind about the Helpdesk and the after sales. So yes, the previous question was the after sale experience will revolutionize your company. The answer is yes, and of course it will be based and it will be Yeah, actually, yeah, based on the fact that you can improve your global efficiency, you can satisfy and retain your customer longer term, and makes your company even more competitive. So those are the three key points that are the most actually important one. I started my presentation with a question. I will make exactly the same for the end, and my question will be: what are you waiting for to start using Odoo Helpdesk? Thank you for your attendance, and let's jump into the Q&A session. Thank you.
So thanks for your very nice presentation.
Thank you.
So now we have a first question. Is Odoo 17 version improving the research bar into the help desk? Like I want to type Brussels Expo and every ticket's mentioning Brussels Expo are popping out.
Actually, the kind of research filters have been developed in Odoo 17. It was actually the same case in Helpdesk application. So the answer is quite yes.
Okay. How do you communicate the status of repair refund with the customer? Is it automatic?
First, you can share the ticket with the customer on the customer portal. So it means that the customer directly can see the stages of the ticket. Or you can go through an email template. For example, as soon as a ticket has been from the stage 1 to the stage 2, an email template is directly sent, and then we can make an automation.
Okay. And related to the question, can I define what they see is sent? Could you show how you're sending emails, for example? Or
I am sending emails into the chatter directly, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I can show a little example, but it was actually the same when I do the demonstration. Here on the right side of the screen, we have what we call the chatter. Inside the chatter, you have the button send a message. And send a message. Here you can either type manually your message, your email, or you can actually work with low email template. We have 3. You can actually create the number if you want.
Okay, perfect. How is the task management handled by the customer service people? Where can they see all their specific activities from all their tickets?
You mean for the person who's working for the Helpdesk team?
Exactly.
Okay. Actually, it's a matter of assignation. As soon as a ticket is assigned to someone, directly when that person is entering this application, they can see directly their ticket. Okay. And then, of course, we can work with multiple assignments. We can work with the chatter. I mean, if someone is not assigned, but we can tag him on the chatter to get notified about something that needs to be done.
Okay. How can I track how many tickets per product have been registered during a certain time, for example?
Sorry, the question?
So how can I track how many tickets per product have been registered?
That's a quite good question. Actually, on the product itself, I think I need to double check it to be sure. On the product itself, we have a smart button about the ticket, or we can go on the contact form as well. From the contact form, we can go on the ticket and make a kind of filter. But actually, it's a matter of filter as well. So you can have a pipeline of tickets, but if you make because we have a field that can track on which product are we working on concerning the ticket. So we can make a filter about the product computer and see all the tickets for.
Perfect. Okay. Can you put an expiration date in the support channel?
We can work with SLA. It means that based on condition and date, for instance, we can trigger rules. We can trigger a scenario where, for example, a ticket needs to be closed by 7 days, for example. Why? Because behind that we have some rules that we need to follow. So it's a matter of SLA, and SLA is a quite classic configuration.
Okay. So usually the customer selects the products they want to return on the website. Is this also possible?
Usually the customer, sorry, the question?
So the customer would select the products they want to return on the website directly. Is this possible?
I don't have the answer. I need to double check it. Maybe we can talk about this question later on.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye.